Hi you guys, so I decided to do a really quick get ready with me / asking questions, answering questions about New Year. I found this list of things to answer on New Year's, so I figured that it would be fun to do it. Hold on. Why aren't you turning? Anyways, so here are the questions. And I'm just going to answer them while I get ready. So it's going to be like a get ready with me / New Year's questions. I just did my hair and I have to do this kind of quick because my husband decided that he wants to go to dinner tonight before we start our New Year's celebrations. And so yeah, I had to do this really fast. So I am going to start with question number 1. What was the single best thing that happened the past year? I don't really have a single best thing. I have a couple of things that were pretty cool. I guess in my social media life, a couple of cool things happened to me. One was I got featured on a French publications, a French website. And number 2, I was featured on the Hot Topic homepage, which is pretty cool in my opinion because I still shop at Hot Topic. And in my personal life, I went to Europe. Oh, shit. I went to Europe and then I went to Boston. So Boston was Boston and Salem were one of the top things that I wanted to do, I wanted to travel to in my life. And I got to go back to Germany, to Hamburg, where I lived 10 years ago. Funny enough, 10 years ago, I lived there, and so that was really nice. I got to see some friends and see new places, and my husband got to come with us, or with me, because I went with my parents and my husband, so that was really, really nice. And yeah, I think those are the really good things that happened to me. What is the single most challenging thing that happened? I'm kind of still going through it. I don't really want to talk a lot about it, but I made a really big life decision and it has been really challenging in terms of I didn't expect the emotions that I'm going through. Yeah. Let's just leave it at that. Question number 3. What was an unexpected joy this past year? That's a really good one. Probably the French publication thing, because I wasn't expecting it. I got an email a while before it happened, just asking some basic questions, and then I had to send in this little short video, but that was pretty much it. I didn't really know very much else. I didn't even know if anything was going to happen with it. So when it actually was released and I got the link to it, which I don't have it anymore because it was on a French television broadcast, but that was really, really, really cool and pretty amazing, and I was completely unexpected. I was on cloud 9 for the entire week. It was pretty cool. What was an unexpected obstacle? Unexpected obstacle. I went through some pretty rough emotional times this past year. Yeah, so I got the flu and that was really, really hard. I haven't been that sick in a while, and I was really, 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 really sick. And so I remember just crying. I felt so sick that at one point I just broke down and just cried for an hour. It was really challenging. If you're not that sick that often and then all of a sudden it just hits you and you feel you're never gonna get better, that's what it felt like having the flu. I honestly felt like I was never gonna get better. 5. Pick 3 words to describe this last year. Emotional? Let's see. Overwhelming? And incredible. That's what this last year has been. But yeah. Okay, so next question while I'm blending. Pick 3 words your partner or close friend would use to describe your year. Lynn! Come in the frame.
3 words.
Yeah.
Any words?
Yeah, any 3 words to describe my year.
Eventful.
Okay.
Filled with.
That's not 3 words.
Oh. Eventful. Stressful. Encouraging.
Oh, that was nice. Kiss.
Love you.
Love you. You look good. What were the best books you read this year? Probably the best book that I read this year is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. It was the final book in the Throne of Glass series, and it was phenomenal. I mean, I loved that whole series, and so Kingdom of Ash was like just the perfect ending to this amazing world that she built. And I really liked Thunderhead, which is from Neil Shusterman. It's the second book. God, I can't remember what this series is called. The first book was called Scythe, and it's really good. If you haven't read it, you should check it out. I also, don't forget, I have a Instagram that is a bookstagram. I have a bookstagram. So go check that out. I will link it down below. But I think those were my 2 favorites. Yeah, I would say that. Okay, next question. Who were your most valuable relationships with? I built a really close relationship with my brother Jeremy. So he's 13, or I'm sorry, he's almost 15 now. When did I come up with 13? He came with us to Europe, and he's a lot younger than me, and so I haven't really like built the same relationship with him as I have some of my other siblings who are closer in age to me. But I still really, he's my brother and I love him to death. And getting to spend time with him in Europe was extremely valuable. And I feel like I got really close to him, which was extremely nice. And on the same note, I would say my baby sister Naomi, we got to spend some really quality time. I went and visited her in North Carolina, and it was just her and I for a long time. Well, I mean, my grandparents, but we really got to spend a lot of quality time together. So I really, really, really loved that because, she and I are even farther apart than Jeremy and I. So I really don't get to spend a lot of time, especially since she lives so far away from me. And I have a couple of videos with her that I will link. Let's go. What was your biggest personal change from January to December of this past year? My biggest personal change, I guess I would say, again, my relationships with my siblings that are much younger than me. They're a lot stronger now, in my opinion, and I feel a lot closer to my family, which sometimes I feel isolated because I'm so much older than some of my siblings, and I never really felt like we had that same bond that I would like to have. Like, I wanted all of my siblings to know how much I love them and how much I love being their sister. So I felt like I really got to accomplish a lot of that this last year. In what ways did you grow emotionally? I feel like a lot of these are very similar questions. So emotionally, I had a couple of setbacks. I had a really rough spring, which I guess, no, not even spring. I had a really rough time right before I went to Germany. I was working a lot of extra jobs, and I was really, really tired. I was working sometimes 16, 17 days in a row without a break because I was just taking on extra work in preparation for all of the trips that I was taking. And in hindsight, totally worth it because I had an amazing time and I wasn't super stressed out about money. Okay, in what ways did you grow spiritually? I am not a religious person, so I am going to just skip right past that question. In what ways did you grow physically? Well, this is going to be a tough one because I actually gained weight. I gained weight in 2018 because I went on vacations. And when I was on vacations, I didn't give a shit about how many calories were in something. And I gained weight, but you know what? Not regrets. Not a single one. In what ways did you grow your relationship with others? My husband and I got really, really close, and I feel like my older daughter and I also got closer. So my husband and I got really close because we did a lot of traveling together, and I feel like whenever you travel with someone, you just form a different sort of bond because you have a lot of quality time. What was the most enjoyable part of your work, professionally and at home? This is a big one. Well, let me see. Professionally, I guess I just love seeing, like, I really, really love my job. I think I've talked a couple of times about how much I love my job. I really love my job. I'm a nanny. I work for an amazing family who treats me really extremely well. And I love the kids. I've been with them for a very long time. I've been with this family now for 6 years. 6 years, you guys. That's a long time. 6 years is a long time. But I don't have the Monday blues. Like, I go to work every Monday excited to be there because I really love my job. And I also really love making YouTube videos. So that was something that I had always wanted to do. And so last year I just started doing it. But I had started to put more, like, I'm just doing more for YouTube and Instagram. And I started 2 other pages on Instagram. They're nowhere near what my main page, Pinup and Fantasies, is, but they're fulfilling and I really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm putting more work into social media and I genuinely enjoy doing it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't like doing it. That's kind of like how I am. So yeah. What was the most challenging part of your work? I mean, children are always challenging, so I can't really answer that.
15-minute window.
15 minutes? No, you said 6.
Yeah, it's 5:45.
All right. I can't finish this video right now. Sorry, you guys. I gotta get ready. It's taking too long. Our New Year's is starting off with a bang, or our New Year's evening. We are at a restaurant called Flights, and my lipstick will go on after dinner because I don't want it sparing everywhere. So cute.
I got the girls. All right, y'all. We got 1 motherfucking minute. So get sexy, go find a girl, get that lucky kiss at midnight, do your thing. All right, let's get it.
Okay, hi. I am back. It is officially the 1st of January. And I figured while I was taking off my stuff, like my eyelashes, mainly my necklace, I would finish this up because I had to leave earlier. I just didn't have enough time. Okay, so number 17, I think. What was your biggest time waster in your life this past year? Social media, obviously, like Instagram, stuff. Like, even when I don't post, I still go on quite a lot. What was the best way you used your time this past year? I would say that whenever I have time, like, off, where I get off early, or, like, surprisingly, or, like, mornings off, I've been trying to go for a run with my dog, so that's been really nice. Number 19, what was the biggest thing you learned this past year? What was the biggest thing I learned? I learned that trying to get pregnant was a lot harder than you would think it was. If you are trying to get pregnant and you don't get pregnant, that really fucking sucks. Okay. Create a phrase or statement that describes this past year for me. Pretty fucking incredible. That's all I can say. Alright. Oh, the best feeling in the entire world. Good night, you guys. Happy New Year, and I love you all. Bye. Don't forget to follow me on social media. And like YouTube. Like my videos on YouTube. Yeah.